Today, we're going to pull back the drywall and take a look at the hidden story of your home's electrical system. We'll trace its journey from, a simple convenience to the super complex network that it is today. A network that absolutely requires modern protection. So let's get into it.
So let me just start by asking you a question. What do you think is the single most powerful and essential system in your entire house? Come on, think about it. It's not the plumbing, not the foundation.
It's the one you almost never see, right? It's that silent, invisible network of wires and circuits working tirelessly behind the scenes every single second of every single day.
And that brings us right to our first section, really understanding this hidden network. It is, without a doubt, the unsung hero of our modern lives. And honestly, we all take its power completely for granted.
I mean, think about it. From the second you wake up, it's there. It's what powers your morning coffee and keeps your food from spoiling. It runs our home offices, our computers, our absolutely critical HVAC systems. And today, well, it's doing way more, right? It's handling smart home automation, charging our electric cars, and powering all our late-night entertainment. It is essential.
But what happens when this silent hero starts to, struggle a bit? It starts sending out signals. I like to call them whispers from the walls. And we need to learn how to listen. And here's the real heart of the problem. So many homes, especially if they're built in the 70s, 80s, or even the 90s, have an electrical system that was designed for a totally different world. So when that, let's call it a vintage system, tries to handle our modern, high-tech demands, it just gets overloaded. And that's when it starts sending out some very clear warning signs.
Does this sound familiar? You're making breakfast, you turn on the microwave and the toaster at the same time, and bam, everything just goes dark. A tripping breaker isn't just a little annoyance. It's your electrical panel literally screaming for help. It's telling you, hey, this circuit is dangerously overloaded. Okay, now this one is much more alarming. That faint burning smell, that is a direct warning sign of overheating wires or connections. This is a serious fire hazard that you should never, ever ignore. It's your house's way of telling you something is very, very wrong.
Or maybe you've had this fun experience. You'll lose power to a whole section of your house, and it keeps happening. This isn't just about one overloaded circuit anymore. This points to a much deeper, more systemic problem, probably within your main panel or even your service line.
And there are other whispers too. Things like flickering lights every time the AC kicks on, or maybe a distinct buzzing sound coming from your electrical panel. How about switches or outlets that feel warm or even hot when you touch them, or seeing little sparks when you plug something in? Even light bulbs that burn out way too fast. These are all classic symptoms of an electrical system that is under some serious strain.
So, okay, let's move on and actually decode these danger signals. What is really going on behind the walls when you see these signs?
This is so fascinating. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you have a 100-amp panel from the 70s. It was designed for what? A TV, a fridge, maybe a few lights. But on the other side, you've got a modern 200-amp panel, which is built for a world of computers, EV chargers, and all kinds of smart devices. And here's the crucial part. Those older panels completely lack the modern safety features that are now required by code, which makes them a huge fire risk when they start to overheat. This chart breaks down the main risks perfectly. As you can see, overloaded panels, that's almost half the danger right there. Then, the lack of modern safety circuits like GFCI and AFCI, that's another huge chunk of the problem. And yep, in some older homes, you can still find that outdated aluminum wiring, which is a known fire hazard.
So let's quickly talk about what these protections actually are. First up, the AFCI, which stands for Arc Fault Circuit Interrupter. The easiest way to think about this is like a smoke detector, but for your wiring. It's designed to detect these tiny, dangerous electrical arcs, a super common cause of house fires, and it shuts the power off before a fire can even start. This is not optional. It's a non-negotiable in modern electrical code. Next up is the GFCI, or Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. You've definitely seen these. They're the outlets with the little test and reset buttons. Their job is to protect you from getting an electrical shock. If it detects a ground fault, like say a hairdryer falls into a sink full of water, it cuts the power in a tiny fraction of a second. That's why they're required anywhere near water.
All right, so this brings us to the solution, and we're not just talking about putting a Band-Aid on the problem. We're talking about a full-scale modern upgrade for your home's safety and its future. So this is where we kind of need to change how we think about this.
Updating your electrical system isn't just about repairing something that's broken. It's a proactive investment. It's an investment in protecting your family, in increasing your home's capacity for all the cool new tech, and just making sure it's ready for whatever comes next.
And the process with a real professional is actually very straightforward. It all starts with a thorough diagnosis, where they'll inspect everything, explain the issues in plain English, and give you clear, upfront pricing. No surprises. Then they do the work, making sure it meets all the safety codes, and they test every single circuit. And finally, they handle all the official permits and inspections, so you know for sure the job is done right and is 100% compliant.
So what does a truly modern system look like? Well, it includes several key things. It usually starts with a panel upgrade, typically to 200 amps. It should also include whole home surge protection to guard all your expensive electronics. You'll want dedicated circuits for your heavy-duty appliances, and of course, full AFCI and GFCI protection everywhere it's needed. A real pro will also verify that the entire system is properly grounded, which is a huge safety check.
And this is really the bottom line. These upgrades aren't just nice-to-haves. They are what's required to bring an older home up to the exact same safety standards that are mandated for brand new houses built today. It's all about closing that safety gap.
The authority on all of this is the National Electrical Code, or the NEC. Its entire reason for existing is to set the minimum safety standards to protect people and property from electrical dangers, like fire and shock. Following this code isn't a suggestion, it's essential for safety.
So it all comes back to this, doesn't it? Listening to those whispers from the walls, paying attention to flickering lights, or that breaker that keeps tripping. That is the first and most important step you can take to protect your home and ensure its electrical safety for many, many years to come.
And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. Look at all the demands you place on your home every single day. Is its electrical system still stuck in the past, or is it truly ready to power your life safely into the future?